What's up, guys? I'm going to show us how to get wide mixes for your masters just by using the Cubase, stock plugin, the frequency 2. It's something that I just like, wow, you can actually achieve that by doing applying this trick. Okay, and also it helps for your mix to be a bit cleaner after you're done with the processing on your sub mix. You're bringing it, you want to start off to your mastering, or you're still processing your mix, but you have it going on from your master stereo out. Just something I think can come in handy and just creates a whole lot of difference by just simple inputs. Okay, I'm going to play, of course, this track, and you'd hear what the mix is like. Okay. Now that's what the mix is like. Okay. Now, working with the frequency 2 and doing mid-side processing to get a wider mix. This is what it's like now. So I'm going to do A, B of it so you get to hear what effect is actually going on. All right, hear what effect is actually going on. So let me do without it, with it, without it, with it, without it, and with it. So it just feels as though that when you bring in, the effect with the frequency, the mid-side processing with the frequency 2, it's almost like the mix comes out and it spreads. Okay, so here's what's happening. Now the question is, what do you want clean, more focused and more centered in your mix? What usually needs to be more centered? Usually you're talking about the bass, you're talking about the kick, you're talking about the lead vocals, okay, and stuff that would want to go at the sides. You want more spread, happening at the side. You're talking about your pan guitars, your synths, your effects like the reverbs, your overheads that's been panned. You want that going on the side. So this is the frequency EQ, stock plugin frequency EQ. Now you can see it has 8 bands, and what I'm focused here is my sides and my mid frequency. So when I'm talking about my side, I'm talking about my low frequencies and my high frequencies. All right, so first let's see what we can do to affect the bass and the kick. Okay, let's see what we can do to affect the bass and the kick, and that would mean working on my low frequency, okay, where we have the bass and the kick center of. So what you do is you come here. Usually this is usually turned to be stereo, but you can switch it to mid side. Okay, mid side. Now you have mid channel, you have the side channel, and I want to deal on the side channel. The reason being that I don't want so much bleed happening from the bass into the sides. Okay, I want it to be more focused on the center, so that's why I have to toggle in the side. All right, let me bypass, turn off other frequencies and just focus on that for a bit. Okay, focus on that one for a bit. Now, yeah, okay, so this is for the bass and the kick. Now, if I bypass this, listen to what is sounding like. Now, when I bring this on, it's almost like it cleaned out the whole bleeds of the bass into the sides and made it more focused. And that's because I had it on the side, and also with my frequency knob, I had to like concentrate on how much I need. So let's do that together. Okay, so you can feel that change that just came up. So I had the bass, the kick more centered. Now another thing that I would want to do is the width as regards to air, on this track, and that will make me go to the band 8. All right, the band 8, and on this band 8 I'm focusing on 18K. I have it turned on the high shelf. Yeah, meanwhile what I did on the low frequency, I did the high pass. Okay, so I have it on the high shelf here, and I'm going to boost a little. I had it boosted just a bit at 1.5 dB, and still on side processing. All right, so listen to it now. Without it, with it, without it, with it. So it's almost like a lot of air just came in, and there's now presence, more presence in the track. Okay, so this gives that more presence to the lead vocals, the BGVs, the guitars on the track. Let's go to our mids. First of all, I'm going to look at the low mid, then from low mid to the high mid. And here the low mid, I have it changed, mid side, but I'm focusing on the mid here, and I'm cutting just 1 dB here, just 1 dB, and I'm on 400, just 1 dB. Listen to it. That's just cleaning out some boxiness in the track. So listen to it. Without it, with it, without it, so you will just notice that something just cleaned up there more. Okay, then on my high mid, here I'm looking at 4K. All right, 4K. I'm boosting a little bit of the 4K. So here. So you can observe how the track entirely just comes out, okay, and it has a wider spread compared to when I didn't do this processing in the first place. So you can actually get a bit of a wider spread when you want to have like a wider mix in your master. And I would advise that you have this loaded up first, before you start hitting the compressors or the limiter. Okay, so engage on one you want to focus on the center and you want to have spread on the sides. Usually you will have the bass and the kick, your lead vocals more centered. You have more sheen and air at the side, and engage the mid side processing from your frequency EQ in Cubase, and you get that. So I'm going to do bypass with and without this processing, so you get to see, or rather hear, the feel. So yeah, I hope this has also helped, and yeah, try out this in your next mixing and enjoy.